July 9th. Ladies and gentlemen, mostly ladies, I give you Jason Salas.
All right, half a day and good morning, everybody. Our next interview I've been waiting all week to do because it's someone very near and dear to my heart. So we're going to take the KOM News Zoom room all the way out to Agana Heights, where Dr. Marilyn Salas Walter is joining us right now. You might recall that my beloved auntie, she raised me basically. I grew up with her under her tutelage, and she joined us a few weeks ago talking about now that CHamoru Village down in our island's capital of Hagåtña, is properly reopened. They're doing a lot of good things for farmers. So I can't call you Doc. I'm sorry, Auntie Mern.
Okay.
I know my nana and my tata would be like, you make sure you call Auntie Mern. So half a day and good morning. It's always so good to see you.
Biba.
Biba.
Con.
All right. Biba CHamoru Village, and congratulations again to all of the vendors that are down there. You know, we slowly continue to migrate and return to somewhat of a normal tempo. But Auntie Mern is joining us this morning because there is a abundant and fresh Mepads and Fresco over at CHamoru Village from 10 to 4. This is a celebration of vendors who are selling local seeds, seedlings, various types of produce, ornamental tools, all that you need to live off of the harvest of the land, right, Auntie Mern?
That's correct. That's correct. And thank you, Jason, for calling me Auntie Mern.
Of course.
Like that title.
Well,
Yes.
I always have to make sure we recognize your academic credentials. So, Dr. Marilyn, but Auntie Mern, and even Chris would call you Auntie Mern. So, can you get us up to speed first, Auntie Mern, on how the last event went? Because we joined you right before you guys opened there at CHamoru Village, and it looked like it was a celebration of who we are as far as how we depend on nature and what we can create and how we give back.
That's right. And it's like my theme continues to run down at the Metcal in the CHamoru Village. We keep promoting farmers, farms, and it's important because of food security. Like I always say, if we don't get imports to Guam, can we exist here and feed our people? And so that's our main intent down at the CHamoru Village, Metcal. So our last event was Father's Day event. And we had tools, we had lots of fun. We had the fathers come down and just choose some things they wanted to eat from our local, fresh, affordable fruits and vegetables. So it was a success. Now we're doing, and like every month, we have a theme, and it's Mepa Zanfresco, Adahi Iguinahata. Watch, be responsible for what you have. Take care of it.
So it's about being stewards, obviously, of the environment. And, if you're a proper Guamanian fisherman, a gardener, a farmer and everything like that, that, what nature has given us is a blessing, but you also know not to abuse the privilege.
And especially for Guam, I'll say that Guam is so resourceful. We are the biggest landmass in Micronesia, but we also have a bountiful amount of resources in the environment, in the food, and also people of diversity. So I'm just so proud of Guam. And it's about how do we take care of all that and balance so that we continue to have it for the future.
Mm-hmm. Now, in your own interactions, Auntie Mern, with the farmers and everything, like what's their, how happy are they to be back and be able to, to sell their wares and to be able to interact with people? And, I know one thing that farmers always love on Guam, it's not just a business transaction. It's always like, okay, if you're going to use some of this golai and everything like that, let me give you a little bit of advice, or let me share my expertise or impart my wisdom onto you, because, there are many things you can do. And, you even know that yourself as a farmer. I know you've never just sold bananas and everything like that. There's always like a little life lesson that goes with that, and recipes.
Yeah, I wasn't a born farmer. I had family that were farmers. And if you look back at the generations of farmers, you'll see the names of Flores and Uggan, and I think the Kengas and the Kwans and the Salases, and you have Ernie Westick's family in it, and I don't know
The
what
sweet corn.
that line is. but we're like northern, central, and southern farmers. So every farmer is appreciated. And I really want to shout out a thank you to all farmers for doing their role in making sure we have food on this island. You know, their persistence over all the generations has brought us to where we are today. And as I know, we continue to try to build up a farmers market. So that's a good thing. But down at the village, I'm telling you, our farmers, they have such a pleasant atmosphere of inviting people. They want to show the hospitality. And at the same time, we know that more farmers would prefer to stay on their farm and till it and farm it.
Yep.
But we're a different type of farmer who comes out and wants to meet the people and show them how you can use the seeds and the seedlings, how you can plant. And in fact, as I sit down with all the other farmers, we're learning from each other. We are natural farmers, so we learn about how you can make natural pesticides, how you can keep your plants healthy, because there's a lot of pests on Guam. It's about how do you manage it. So I'm so happy to be with them, and you know, there's a lot of hospitality down there. So please come join us. Come see what we have. We invite you to eat those produce that you remember, like duk duk,
Yep.
like lemai, you know, and I know you still have it on your tables. It's bringing back all these foods that kept us healthy over the years.
And that's the wonderful thing about, you know, like fresh Guam produce. You can work with a farmer and you can buy it, and as soon as they hand it to you or they bag it, or you know, they'll just give it to you on a paper towel. You can eat it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they're
or take it home
fresh.
and make something amazing.
We have mangoes down there. We have lemai. We have okra, beans, and you know, you will know natural produce because they're not perfect. They have scars on them, and that's when you know they are natural. And they actually taste better than the ones that have chemical pesticides on them.
So a little bit of the bruising and everything is actually a good thing when it comes to like natural farming.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. You know, it's fresh and local and natural.
Well, that's interesting because when I was a kid growing up in Agana Heights and you had me go in the back of Nana's house and pick the star apple, you always wanted the one that was like completely blemish free.
Right. And you know, the other one is we watched Tata. Do you remember that Tata had a scarecrow back there?
Yep.
And there are a lot of chickens that are pests also. And he was able, in the small piece of land, to give us beans. Remember that? To give us tigadizas or star beans for our table. You know, so we kept healthy because he didn't use pesticides on there. It was very natural. And my hat's off to the Department of Agriculture and to the researchers of the University of Guam, the farmers, because they are giving us advice about how to move forward with things. Like some of my farmer friends say, we can't go without using chemical pesticides. Well, I tend to test that out and say, I think we can, but we have to challenge it, right? Because when you put chemicals on the ground, it kills the earthworms and all the other insects that are there. So we want to try to get farther away from chemical pesticides.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because you were mentioning earlier that now there are maybe more organic, maybe more natural supplements or you know, pesticides to preserve the quality of produce and everything. What are some examples of that?
Some of it is like they have the neem plant, and so there's neem oil. So that's something that some pests don't like. You can use dial soap and water. You can use a little bit of Clorox and water. You can use lemon and water. You know, these are some of the things. Or, you know, a healthy soil will have less pesticides. So you try to combine all your compost so that that the pest won't want to be there because it's healthy soil. So
even dial soap, so dial soap or lemon. So basically, the acidity kind of like scares away the pests that would normally like feast on your produce.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you try all kinds of things, and even coconut oil and water will do.
I've
But
heard.
you have
Okay,
to
I've heard
get,
that one. Yeah, I've
yeah.
heard that one.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Or even lemongrass will take away mosquitoes. You know,
mhm,
if you smoke the area, lemongrass will take away mosquitoes. You know, if you want nice smells on your land,
mhm,
you know, you have a little fire that you control in your barbecue area, and then
sure.
you put lemon. If you put ginger, mango, it smells good. Makes your
Absolutely.
yard.
Well, you know,
Mm.
the one thing that farmers have always had on Guam, and this is pretty much like the Guamanian spirit anyway, is, you know, the sense of community. And, you know, you've mentioned all of the families that have like a long lineage of working with the land and being able to share, again, you know, pass down the lessons to subsequent generations. Like, you know, like our family, you mentioned uh, Ernie Wustig's family, and, you know, what he does with, like, you know, he's known throughout the island for his sweet corn. What about, maybe there are some people watching this right now that you know, they don't necessarily have that pedigree, but they've gotten a green thumb over the years, and they're like, I really have a knack for growing, and either I have things that I would like to contribute, or, you know, I'd like to come there and learn and be part of that community. How can people join, and how can people maybe even become a vendor at CHamoru Village?
Well, you know, come down and see us because there's room for everyone, and we need more farmers and gardeners. You know, just the talks, the conversations that we have down there, it will excite you and you'll want to plant. And, you know, you start off with a garden right at your home. So that's the first thing, is just have your own garden. And then you get more confident and you can build up your garden, and then maybe you'll need more land. Um, so so just come down and talk to us, because there's seeds and seedlings you can buy also,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or you can take the natural fruits and vegetables and then find the seeds within. So this is what we do: is we reciprocate, we trade. We want a certain flower, we trade. And so maybe one of these sessions will be a trading session. Reciprocity is part of our culture.
Yes.
How do we share the abundance that we have with some other people? And maybe that will be one of our sessions, and I'll let you know, Jason, when that happens.
Oh, yes, please.
But
So everybody, that's at
yeah.
CHamoru Village down in Hagåtña today from 10 to 4. And real quick, Auntie Myrn, because I know some people, like, you know, they message us and they say, well, CHamoru Village is kind of a big place. What side of CHamoru Village will you guys be setting up, and where's the best parking?
Okay, I'll plug in for the Fisherman's Co-op, because that's the road you come into, where the Fisherman's Co-op is in Hagåtña. And if you look across from it, that's the farmers parking stall area, and where the Metcalf is located. So come there. There's parking there, but you can park anywhere at the CHamoru Village and then walk over to that side. And
So you guys
enjoy
you
with
guys are in
us.
the big pavilion, like the place where they have like all the social gatherings.
Well, we're over on the Fisherman Co-op side,
Mhm.
which is
Okay.
a long parking stall.
Right. Okay.
And it's close to oh, I forget the name of that area, but it's around the Jamaican Grill area.
Okay. that's
Yeah.
that's a great
Yeah.
signpost. Everybody knows Jamaican Grill over there.
Yeah, and so it's in that parking stall right across from the Fisherman's Co-op. But it's been such a pleasure to work with farmers, to work with gardeners, and then to see the community come out and support us and buy and learn how to cook it. You know, we're bringing back the local fruits and vegetables that we
Mhm.
grew up with, because we just feel that your nutrition, you know, your health is better when you're eating things that you grew up with. We don't always have to eat imported produce, which have been shipped or flown in for like a week or more.
Mhm.
So, you know, these are healthier because they were picked the day before.
Yep. And
So
you know
come,
the things obviously that are gonna last, and you know, you don't need any preservatives or any pesticides on the amount of knowledge that you will take away from these master craftsmen and these artisans and people who, you know, have dedicated their lives to honing this craft, and it's a very valuable part of our culture.
And we will continue, you know, to spread the goodness of farmers, and protecting the environment. Your responsibility to the environment is, if you pick something, if you harvest, then replant, so that we never lose it. Because there are some things that are in the Pacific that we have nowhere else in the world. Heirloom plants, heirloom vines of fruits that are here. I mean, if you look, turmeric or mango, it's an old crop and it's here. And it's very expensive in other parts of the world. So, keep what we have. We have a blessing on Guam. We have a blessing of people, of fruits, vegetation, of water. So
now, real quick,
you.
Auntie Myrn, before I let you go, because I want to give you ample time so you can go down there, properly set up and get ready for what's going to be a fantastic 6 hours, 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, of supporting local farmers and craftsmen, again, and artisans of farm tools, ornamental plants, seedlings, produce, other types of garden necessities. It's all going to be down there. Mepedzan fresco, abundant and fresh. So before we let you go, though, I want to ask you, for people that that may be in need of some more, there are things in our culture and what we grow here that have healing properties, right? People might say, maybe I've got a little bit of a, I've got a thing with, tendinitis, or, I've got my skin tends to itch and everything like that. They can go down there and they can certainly talk. I mean, there's Sagan Katun and CHamoru, where you have these wonderful, people that are spiritual healers, and they heal in traditional ways and everything. But there's a lot people can learn if they go down there and talk to you and your colleagues as well, right?
Yes, and sometimes we have samples so you can try it out. We have samples of medicinal drinks. If you want to, you can try it. But it's like mixed ginger, turmeric, and honey, and it helps with your arthritis or your joint pains.
There you go.
Things like that, yeah.
I was just thinking about that when you said the turmeric.
Yeah. So you come because we have music, and sometimes we have time to just do stick dance or whatever we want, play our harmonica like Mr. Beef Lizama does, and eat our snacks or whatever we have.
Yeah, and you guys, you don't have to blow your entire stimulus check on this. These are local people, and they really want to give you really, really good value. So go down there, support them and everything like that. But you're going to come away with a smile on your face. Thank you, everybody. All right, thanks so much, Auntie Myrn. We'll see you there, huh?
Okay, adios, huh? And Biba Guam!
Viva Guam!
Viva! Bene!
Woo-hoo! All right, thanks, Auntie Myrn.
Adios.
All right, appreciate it. And hey, when you head down to CHamoru Village today, tell them the link sent you down there, because my auntie and a lot of really good friends of hers working really, really hard to make you.
Yeah, but don't be asking for no discount, guys.
Yeah. So you got the Chris Barnett special. You said you're gonna pass.
Yeah, I want to give me some pumpkin tips.
Oh, there you go.
Good morning. 7:22, Friday, July 9th. We're back with more of the link. Ed Byrne, Administration Director, is coming on. Also, we got Maria Pangolina from the Guam Election Commission, Sergeant Paul Tapao, Guam Police, Major Anton Uggan, DOC, Tom Fisher on the incinerator lawsuit that was dismissed yesterday. And we'll also talk with Matthew Kanata, who was in the hospital for 221 days with COVID. He was just released yesterday, and he's coming on the show at 7:22. We'll take a break. We're back with more next. Good morning.
Get through the work week with a special office party from Uno Go and participating restaurants. Every week, we're delivering lunch from a local dining partner to one lucky office for up to 15 people. For a chance to win, all you have